Welcome to podcast 120, everyone. Or as we like to call it, the Spooky Cast.
Also known as the Cursed Podcast of Doom!
Yes, indeed.
That just spells technical troubles, you know that. Shh.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. We have a great podcast for you today, folks. It is Friday, October 28th, 2011, and we plan to release this on Halloween, Monday, October 31st, 2011. As you can tell, the dwarf, Linda Brass Carlson.
Did I not say it was cursed?
It is cursed. Is in the studio with me, and Robin Ailey Balee, the curer of technical issues, is here.
I don't know what we'd do without you. We just stare at the stuff that breaks and go, well, that sucks.
Canceled. Later on, we have an interview with our new social media specialist, or is this a social media maven?
Ooh, maven.
Like that.
That sounds sultry.
Donna Prior.
Indeed.
Yeah. And we're going to talk all about Halloween events in our games. We hope you enjoy today's show. Take it away to the news, Andre.
Thanks, Amy. And here is your SOE news for podcast 120. Today, October 31st, 2011, is the last day to purchase the Free Realms Hall Pass. Don't miss out on getting this special Free Realms membership with extra benefits. The Hall Pass grants account membership all the way through the end of the year for a one-time payment of $14.99 US. As an extra benefit, Hall Pass members will also receive a bonus monthly allowance of 250 station cash per account. That will help you buy a lot of blocks, pets, rides, and all sorts of cool items for your characters. The Hall Pass membership begins at the time of purchase and will end on December 31st, 2011 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time. Mystery chests have been added, a potential bonus reward for defeating boss combat encounters across the realm. These locked chests can be unlocked by purchasing a mystery key from the in-game marketplace for 200 station cash to get a random reward. Mystery chests contain a unique set of items that cannot be found anywhere else in the game. For more details about the Mystery Chest and the Hall Pass, visit www.freerealms.com. Have you checked out Clone Wars Adventures in-game store lately? We've added new gear, new turrets, some unique character-themed boxes, and several new dance moves. Check out all the new items at the in-game store today. Pox Nora's 18th expansion, Wild Alliance, arrives on November 2nd, 2011. This full expansion will bring new races focused on synergy to the warring factions. Previews and webcasts are already going strong, so check out the forums for all the latest information. Magic the Gathering Tactics now has player-to-player trading. You can now trade directly with your friends online, or continue to use the auction house. Prices reduced, and packs have been increased. Booster boxes now cost 6,499 station cash. Campaign chapters 2 to 5 now cost 250 station cash. Veil of Alaris is almost here. The launch date for the latest EverQuest expansion, titled Veil of Alaris, has been announced, and all around Norath, adventurers are gathering to journey to the new continent starting on Tuesday, November 15th, 2011. Be ready to explore the mountain fortress of Argath, reachable via the airship dock in the Steamfont Mountains. We can't wait to see you here. Beta registration is now open for new EverQuest 2 expansion, Age of Discovery. Check the EQ2 website for more info. Nights of the Dead will last until November 8th. Enjoy tricks and treats before it's too late. And Guy Fawkes Day will take place on November 5th, 2011. Stay tuned to the EQ2 website for more information on the in-game celebration. Payday the Heist is now available via digital download on the PlayStation Network and Steam. In Payday the Heist, players take on the role of hardened career criminal and engage in a number of high-stakes, death-defying heists in a never-ending pursuit of the ultimate score. Payday the Heist is now available in North America for $19.99 US via digital download on the PlayStation Network and on Steam. Dates for release of Payday the Heist on the PlayStation Network for European territories have yet to be announced. Go to payday-theheist.com and check it out today. Back to you, Amy.
And we're back.
I love how that works. There's a pause and something magical happens and we're back.
Ding! We have a tea that I pulled out of the cupboard. I'm pretty sure we haven't drank this before.
Okay, when she says that she's actually got some ratty-looking plastic bag, I'm now really suspicious of what's in this tea. What color was it? Is this green tea?
No.
Now I'm really suspicious.
This is Alaskan wild tea, wild rose.
That's probably it. It's a little soury.
Mm-hmm. Kathleen sent us a variety pack of probably about a year ago. So
all right, Kathleen, next time, wild beer tea. Right? Thank you.
that could be interesting.
Rose is a little odd.
Yeah.
No, it's tasty, actually, if I, have to admit it.
It's not beer. That's all she has to say.
If you drowned in beer, though, you still want more.
Well, I don't think there's ever a circumstance in which beer is inappropriate. You just have to change to, the ephemeral, ethereal beers of the afterlife, as I discovered yesterday. The good thing, once you're dead, there's no more hangovers.
That's true. So I'm going to be doing some trick-or-treating later on Halloween Eve.
Not me.
No?
No.
This worked the next morning. Except for not for me.
Well, nobody will be coming to our door. We live on 5.4 acres at the end of a small dirt goat trail, which Robin got to experience firsthand. People don't go up there on purpose.
No.
So we're safe. We're safe.
Yeah. Our biggest problem is, is this the right way? Should we have turned left? Should we have turned right?
It's the wrong way, I can assure you. We got a quote on paving the driveway, but $18,000, a little out of my price range.
Wow.
So, yes.
Yeah.
So if anyone comes to visit, bring your frickin' four-wheel drive or plan to walk from the bottom.
Wow. So we hope you all have fun taking your kids trick-or-treating. Or
Indeed.
going yourself. Whatever.
And bring me some candy.
Yeah.
We are celebrating Halloween here at work.
Yes.
We are. Are you dressing up?
No, I'm not coming to work.
Rue is.
Yeah, that's true.
He'll be here as Bat Dog.
Now, for you who don't know Rue is Robin's huge black German Shepherd.
There'll be pictures of Rue probably on the SOE Facebook page.
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
And all the other SOE dogs.
Are you dressing up, Robin?
I thought about getting a Robin t-shirt so I'd at least fit. But
Wait.
Thought
Now,
about
we
it.
have to explain here that executive producer of EQ, Dave Georgeson, is having a Halloween party tomorrow night, and I'm pretty sure it says costumes mandatory. So why don't you just wear the same thing twice? That's what I'm going to do, because I'm too lazy to make two separate costumes for it.
All right.
You heard it here first. We'll take... Robin will also be on the SOE Facebook page in costume. Excellent.
Yes. Our,
Carry on.
Our new social media specialist has promised to spam you all on the Facebook page with pictures and tweets.
Indeed. I'm sure she'll make us look grand. And here's Amy bending over. Oh, lucky thing Amy's not in next week.
Vacation. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we outlawed vacations for you, didn't we?
You tried.
We have your cell phone number, you know that.
I'm going to flush it down the toilet.
Lose it in a pumpkin.
Yeah, in a pumpkin, and then I'll miraculously find it the following Monday.
Right. That might be wise. See, this is why our podcasts suck. They let me sit in on them, and then they go 2.5 hours.
So Halloween is not only going on in the real world, but in our virtual worlds, too.
Darn straight. Always a really popular event in any game.
The trick-or-treat event. Yes, trick-or-treat until later this evening. So that started today, but for you guys, when you hear this, it'll be ending in a few hours. So
That's
for
right.
most of our games, it ends at midnight.
Right? It's a 4-day event, of course. So,
Midnight
yeah.
Pacific time.
So today is your last chance to participate in it and collect your free stuff.
Yep. In POX, it actually ends at 8 p.m. Pacific time.
And why is that? They like to go to bed early?
Maybe they don't want. Maybe the way their stuff updates, they have to shut off.
Probably.
Yeah. And you get there's select packs on sale for POX.
Oh, good deal. I need some more of them runes anyway.
And then in Magic, you get the free All Hallows Eve card when you log into that game.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm going to have to go collect one of them.
Yep. In Free Realms, on the 31st, the free item you get that day is the Prospector's Scroll, which is that buff that gives you more coin.
Oh, all right. Useful. Useful.
And then in EQ2 and EQ2 Extended, you get the Tricky Toad, which is an item you put in your house that turns you into something creepy.
So just a random illusion,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Yeah, like one of the illusions is a Cerberus skeleton. That's pretty cool. Orange centipede. All right, that's my lifelong dream to be one of them. Zombie, been there, done that. Floating
I
ghost
saw it.
skull.
Yeah, Blue Bat and the Flaming Black Horned Skeleton.
That seems fairly exotic.
Yeah.
And of course, also a hellhound. Popular.
It's very popular.
That looks like fun.
Yep. And then for EQ, they're getting the Aura of Jack, which has something to do with floating jack-o'-lanterns all around you. And then in Clone Wars, you can get masks from the creepy crates. You get one per day. So Monday's the last day to get your mask. You get +3 illusions in random places in the game. So
Nifty.
Yeah.
Nifty. Well worth logging in for, that's for sure.
Indeed.
And it's all free.
Free!
Absolutely free. That's amazing.
Amazing. All right, so what's going on in Clone Wars? Besides the free masks. Let's see here. We got Rocket Rescue Halloween Stage. That must be a minigame. Ooh. And then all kinds of gear. Ooh, Skeletal Clone Trooper. And a Pirate Jedi.
Pirate Jedi. Now that appeals to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all the stuff is back from last year. With,
These are all costumes.
costumes,
right?
yes. Right? That's the word I was trying to say. Blinged out Clone Trooper, purple fur Wampa Tusken Raider. Oh, pink.
In pink.
Oh, Jen would love that. The Zelo Beast costume. And then there's furniture and droids and droid parts. And what's that? Turn your astromech into an Arbu.
Oh, that's really cute. I mean, you make your little R2 guy look like a ghost.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute. All right, then we got the Knights of the Dead.
Indeed. Knights of the Dead for EverQuest 2. We had a webcast about that last night. That was definitely the cursed webcast of doom!
You know those tech issues followed me home?
Did they?
Yeah. I got to church and you do the computer tech stuff for them, and they use a Mac, and I got they had the spinning wheel of death on a Mac for like 15-20 minutes. It crashed out my program and didn't save my changes.
See?
So it was you.
I'm cursed.
Cursed, I tell you.
Don't touch anything.
I'm not touching anything.
So, of course, for those of you who still want to see our Knights of the Dead webcast that we had for EQ2, that's uploaded to YouTube now. What you won't be able to tell because of Robin's amazing editing talents is the fact that it crashed several times. We had a whole manner of issues with it.
Yes,
so,
we did.
Thank you again to Dave Georgeson and Nathan McCall for being so patient with it.
Yes.
Anyhow, so, of course, the new quest Survive the Night has proved to be quite popular. That's where you have to actually rearrange some plants to help defend yourself. Just a little wee bit like Plants and Zombies.
Nice.
Sounds fun.
Lots of new rewards and illusions and costumes and house items and such. And keep in mind that although Halloween is today, as this podcast goes live, these are all available until November 7th.
So plenty of time.
Yeah. So, apparently, let me read right from the paper here. We have had a couple of things that we'd like to discuss regarding Knights of the Dead and the quests associated with it. At the beginning of Knights of the Dead event, the Headless Horseman was not working as it was supposed to.
He was a bad dog.
We had to disable him. We're able to get him working again in a few days' time. Currently, there's also a bug with the Knights of the Dead quest given out by Punchy. If you've already done the quests in the past, Punchy won't give them to you again. If you're having that problem, please petition customer service and they will remove the old quests so that you can do them again. And they're actually providing really fast turnaround on that at the moment. And we appreciate everyone's patience.
And Punchy and Headless Horseman are not allowed to go trick-or-treating. They don't get any candy.
None.
They're bad behavior. Yeah. So, to celebrate Halloween, we have a new, Jethro has a new Knights of the Dead theme song for us.
Really?
Yeah, and we're going to put it in the podcast for everybody.
Has it been heard before?
Well, on his website, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that'll be terrific
let
to
us
play.
share.
He let us borrow it.
Yeah, so, and if you want to see all of his other videos, they're on kithacor.org.
So let's take a listen to that.
There's voices in my head telling me, oh, go to bed. The sky is filled with gloom, black with impending doom. You can't walk too far, bones are piled in the yard. My friend's on his deathbed, cause he's joined the walking dead. It's a safe at night, and they'll take a fight from you. Oh, hell. It's a nightmare, filled with ghosts and Coming out at night. The dinner table stop. Take a little off the top. Popcorn rolls and lollipop. Coming out at night. The death they mean is hard. Talking and they quibble stop. Coming at us like a swarm. Coming out at night. Up the deck we're seeing red. Toss out in the maze of head. Celebrations of the dead. Coming out at night. Up the deck for trick or treat. And the dead are on their knees. Oh, it's the night. Oh, the dead. Oh, it's the night. Oh, the dead.
For God's sake, who's got armor? Get him!
I like the sounds of that. Look out!
Coming out at night. The dinner table stop. Take a little off the top. Popcorn rolls and lollipop. Coming out at night. The death they mean is hard. Talking and they quibble smart. Coming at us like a swarm. Coming out at night. The dead we're seeing red. Toss out in the maze of head. Celebrations of the dead. Coming out at night. The dead for trick or treat. And the dead are on their knees.
And we're back.
I need a drinking game.
We're going to have a drinking game. Every time Amy says, and we're back, I get
Do a
hammered.
shot. Okay.
That'll be great. I'll go get the Brennivin.
All right, I'm going to guess that this next is from EQ2? Or EQ, right?
Yes.
The Haunting of Norath returns this year with many of your favorite Halloween events. Dig up a few bodies in search of tattooed flesh, and make sure to keep an eye out for the Skinwalker. Okay. Available now through November 7th.
Skinwalker just sounds incredibly creepy.
It sounds disgusting. All right, yeah. So, and tattooed flesh and... Okay.
Hope he moisturizes.
Yeah, I'm a little grossed out and I have goosebumps right now. All right. And we have an interview for you with our brand new community employee, Donna Prior, who's our social media specialist.
Indeed. She's been kicking arse since she got here.
Taking names, yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful because I feel like a ton of bricks was just like removed from my back and yeah.
Well, only until she goes, Amy, by the way, you're supposed to be posting XYZ on Facebook and doing Y on Twitter. And by the way, have you posted this other stuff yet? And you should engage with your community more, don't you know?
Yeah, probably. Oh, I thought you were doing that. But this is a great interview, so you guys get to know Donna. Take it away.
Hello there, podcast listeners. We've got a special treat for you today. I'm Linda Carlson, known as Brass the Dwarf to many people, but today I'm going to just keep on the human guys because we are doing a job interview with an applicant for the social media specialist position, Donna Prior. Oh, she looks shocked. Oh, you mean you already got hired? Oh, bloody hell. Okay, I didn't get the memo from HR. Fine. Okay, so you're here now. Let's start with your name, if that is your real name. Prior is a great name. So what are your priors?
That's a good one.
Thank you. I came up with that all by myself.
Well, we have a long running joke in the family that because the last name is spelled as in before, we always say not as in Richard, always in before. Ah. And which only old people get.
I'm suddenly feeling very old because I actually understood that. So you actually started playing SOE games quite some time ago. So what was the first game that you played?
My first game was Star Wars Galaxies. I started in beta. I was actually in beta for my very first MMO and heard about Star Wars Galaxies and said, oh my God, I can do this in Star Wars. I'm so in. And so I started playing in Beta 3, and I've been playing ever since.
That's very cool. Now, I read in your blog post that you made that you were actually the first featured player for Star Wars Galaxies. How did that come about? Were you really well known in the community?
Well, we had done, after the NGE, there was a lot of people that we were throwing parties, and there had been a lot of cantina crawls and such. So I actually picked this idea. I don't take credit for it, but the great folks on Ketamore had a Welcome to Ketamore Day to bring in a lot of the new players that were coming in. And we would get together the different factions. We would get pilots together. We'd get the Stormtrooper role players together, get the tailors and architects, everybody, and we would help new players, take them up in space and things like that.
Nice.
And I brought it to Norath. And it was especially important because Norath being the unofficial German server, we had two different communities that were trying to work together. And so we were able to do that. And I think that that's where I got the message from Virago to say, hey, we want you to be featured on the Player Spotlight.
Now, here's something that did not show up in your blog on the official SOE site. So was it immediately before or immediately after you were the first featured player for Star Wars Galaxies that you actually got banned from the forums?
Well, it was around the same time, but since that was a little while ago, I guess if somebody, jumped into my posting history, they might find it. But, I was pretty much on a 3-day ban for arguing with a moderator in the entertainer forums.
That is awesome. Well, you see, yeah. See, even trolls can reform, and now you do a lot of moderation as well. I mean, you've been working with MMOs for several years now. You started with Pirates of the Burning Sea, didn't you?
Yeah, that's correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about your history there? Like how you got involved with community?
Sure. I found the community because I'm a big fan of Age of Sail. Mm-hmm. And so when I saw Pirates of the Burning Sea and the different factions with the British Navy, Spanish Navy and all, that I decided to give it a chance. And the community was already well established. And the game wasn't even in beta at the time. And I was answering questions. I just got in there, got in the IRC channel, and was always all over the place. I ran a fan community very briefly, well, I guess for a little while. And then I flew out to PAX. I was living in Florida at the time, and I flew out to PAX in Seattle and met the Flying Lab team. And then I actually just started working in the booth, talking to people and handing out T-shirts.
As a volunteer?
Yeah, and most people that were there didn't know me, except for Troy, who's the community manager at the time. And so they all thought that I had been hired at the company to help out.
Were you in a sort of a pink and lime green pirate outfit that year, or was that the next year?
No, that was after I was hired on. I wore that to Gen Con when we had booths out there.
Yes. Now, I do have to tell you that Donna is, how shall we say, she's a semi-flamboyant dresser. She's definitely she does not show up to work in the usual T-shirt and jeans sort of thing, and a lot of her stuff tends to be steampunky in nature. So where did your interest in steampunk come from?
It's actually been an interest for a long time. The term steampunk was created, and I can go on a dissertation about this.
Oh, a really short one.
But essentially, it was created as a literary, almost an inside joke, a play off cyberpunk from back in the 80s. And for some reason, a few years ago, it started showing up more and more in games, more likely tabletop and miniatures and things like that. And then, there became steampunk bands, steampunk costumes, and things like that. But a lot of people that are into steampunk are, costume and history nerds, and it just kind of went from there. So I've ran a few panels at conventions talking about steampunk and steampunk gaming.
You'll find there's a lot of fans of steampunk on the community team as well. That's not necessarily why you got the job. One of the things that when we were looking for a social media specialist, I knew that you'd been in community for a very long time. And I also knew that you virtually live on Facebook and Twitter and other social media outlets. What's the attraction for you in social media?
I think what I like is, being able to share news and stories and conversations. It's amazing the amount of people. Even today, there's people I know that my sister knows that we know the same person from convention circuit or fandom, and one of us will comment to the other person and go, wait a minute, I didn't know you knew that person. And so it's really neat to be able to put those connections together. And I know this sounds like a very kind of marketing word, but empower Empowerment is great. And when you can go out there and have conversations and help people do great things, or make fun of me while I'm eating bacon and drinking beer, I'm up for that. But it's a great way to kind of share who you are and humanize people, on the internet.
Right. So now that you're working as the social media specialist for SOE as a whole, what is it you like best about using social media as a tool?
I think, not only can you get news out, the biggest advantage is being able to get news out for server outages, for things that are being planned. And that's using it really, really as a tool. But, the amazing stuff, we have a lot of people that post things on the Facebook pages and they ask questions and they can help each other out. So the more that you encourage the community to talk to themselves, the better experience it is.
And the other thing is that social media changes a lot. I mean, it changes every single week, every day almost. And how do you cope with that, with the pace of change in social media? How do you keep up, and how do you adjust what we're going to do at SOE to accommodate that?
Funny enough, I read a lot of Twitter and see what's trending, see what people are talking about. When there's some new shiny, I go check it out for myself. So I read up about it, ask other community managers. There's a community managers group, and we'll all talk to each other about the tools we're using and whether they work or not for their company and their player base. So it's basically keeping an eye on it. I mean, that's really my focus, is seeing what's going on. And some of it's very, very silly. Some of it's very, very business-like. But things.
Right.
Yeah, you can. You just kind of adapt, see what works, and ask your community. Say, do you guys like this? And if they say, no, I hate this, then there you go.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've been here for what? A little over a week?
Yes.
Week and a half? I mean, it seems like it's been months now. Wow, time really flies.
Because I don't stop talking?
Yes, there is that. And also, you're constantly coming up with new ideas. Where do you get your ideas from? Do these come from your head, or from past experiences, or what you've seen other people and companies and organizations do?
It's a little bit of all of it, really. Most of it is just stuff in my brain, because I still have that as a player. Oh my God, this would be so cool if we did this. And
Right.
Part of it is like, oh my God, look what so and so did with their community. I wonder if that would work for ours, and to be able to take a critical eye about it. But usually it's like, oh, dude, this is so cool, is my first thought.
So I wanted to know, are you settled into SOE? What do you think of the company so far? What's it like to work here?
I really, really like it.
And
I
that's
was
not
kind of-
just because you're
No.
sitting here? Okay.
Nope. I was a little intimidated. It's been a while since I worked in a large company setting, but everybody's been so welcoming. The food trucks are phenomenal. Every time I get coffee, somebody is saying hello and really nice. People will come by and introduce themselves.
That's just because it's just your first week here, right? I mean, next week it's all going to be hell on wheels. You know
Yes.
this. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
As
Then
long
I'll
as
have
you're
a
prepped.
line outside my desk saying, help.
No, it is one of the things that we do have a number of positions open, highly technical positions open in the company. It's one of the things that I always like to convey is that this is a really good workplace, and I enjoy it greatly. And it really does seem like you're settling in very rapidly. So what sorts of things are you going to bring to social media for SOE in the future? Are you going to do promotions or encourage conversations, or what's your vision?
My vision.
I just used the term vision.
I have a vision. It's kind of all of the above. I've got some promotional ideas. There's already some great ones here that I'm really excited about launching and working with the teams to do. Plus, I have a lot of contacts, out there. I've got a lot of ideas, especially because I'm so focused on tabletop as a hobby. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of things that I think that, we could kind of learn from each other in the types of communication. So I'd like to get more communication, talking really about lore. Lore is a really big thing for me. And I know it's extremely important for the people that play MMOs.
Right. One of the things we've tried to do before you started is trying to initiate more two-way conversations out in the social media universe, and that's something we'd love to see continue. What do you think the key is for maintaining, say, meaningful communications in a channel as limited as Twitter? I mean, you've only got so many characters. Things go by very, very quickly. You can't really keep up. What is the key to making that function?
I think that for myself personally, and this is because I'm such a fan of it myself, is that, you'll see a lot of people will respond to you, but they're not really saying anything. When's the game launch? And you can get to those, but when you start actually engaging and telling people, oh yeah, I liked that in game, and then people realize there's somebody sitting there, and they will strike up a conversation. Mm-hmm. So the more that we do that, and then I can point some of these conversations also to the community managers, so they know what's going on in the social media, because it is hard to keep up with forums and Twitter and all the different things that are going on at the same time. And to being able to support Twitter and Facebook and other social media, for people that don't visit the forums, we're capturing more people than usually there's the silent minority is or the silent majority never gets heard. Well, in this way, there's a lot of people can give feedback that they wouldn't normally give. Mm-hmm. So
do you think it's possible for a company of our size to have a personal relationship with players in social media?
I think so. There's just as a player myself with the company, I had great conversations with people in the staff, and I've learned myself from other games I've worked on that the more you interact, instead of just here's news, but ask people. My biggest thing on other games when people say, "Oh, that sucks," and I go, "Well, why do you think it sucks? What would you like to see changed?" And when you can start having those conversations, and then it's hard to convince people sometimes that when a dev asks you that they really do want to know.
Right.
And so being able to, foster those better conversations, give us critical feedback, but give it something we can use.
Right. So it looks like the emphasis is going to be on developing more personal conversations, more interaction, more in-depth interaction, lacing it liberally with promotions and other fun events, and it looks like it's going to be a really cool year ahead.
Well, I have a great idea that actually came from the community, because I put a post out there, and one of the ideas for Twitter, they would like to see quests, and maybe have quest rewards, and do small little quests.
Oh, that
and
is
things
so
like that.
cool.
And the nice thing about social media is you can take player ideas and make them happen really easily.
That is so cool. Okay, you
And
heard
so,
that,
yeah.
listeners. We want some feedback on what sorts of quests you think that Donna could run on Twitter for you. Doesn't really matter the game, does it?
No, this can go in from Clone Wars to EQ2 to Vanguard, any of those. So, if you can tell me what kind of quests you'd like to see, then I can make it happen.
That sounds great. Let's get working on that. Thanks very much for dropping by in the studio here today, Donna.
Thank you.
And we're back.
See?
Everybody drink. And we're going to talk about free roams.
Oh, Free Realms always has a good time around Halloween. Mm-hmm. And just in time for Halloween, they added 2 new rides, a bat and a wolf. Now, of course, the wolf is pretty cool. He's nice and hairy and very scary looking. The bat is ultra cool because the way you use him as a ride is you hang onto his wee feet and fly around underneath of him.
The Never-Ending Story? Wasn't that the where you sat under the bat and...
I think so.
Yeah.
But I don't think you held on to his feet.
No, you didn't hold on to his feet, really, but it was sort of like...
Under
you were under him, yeah.
Oh, this one's cool because you can ride around on water and water ski.
Yeah, you're like water skiing. Yeah, I saw the animation at Floyd's desk Wednesday.
It's pretty neat, and we've got that on YouTube as well if you want to look for the Free Realms video on the rides. Anyway, so the Free Realms Spooktacular will be here right through November 23rd, 2011. That's
before Thanksgiving.
I know. And suddenly we switched to turkeys.
How would you ride that on the back?
That'd be cool.
So the Pumpkin Prince is back for more mayhem, and he's determined to bring all sorts of ghosts and ghoulies to the surface world. And you never know where he'll strike next. Mm-hmm. There are ghost hunters located in Snow Hill, Stillwater Crossing, and Bristlewood to help scare them off. And Vampires versus Werewolves dance-off. Mm-hmm. They'll be competing in the dance-off for the Pumpkin Prince near the Bonebug Cemetery.
Are you Team Werewolf or Team Vampire?
I haven't decided yet.
I have both.
Really?
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, you do have to pick a side, and you show your team spirit by wearing vampire or werewolf costumes to help with the dance-off. And there are boy and girl versions of both outfits found in the marketplace. And then finally, they've got trick-or-treat events in Free Realms where you visit Pixie Wood and the Bonebog Cemetery to work your way through some new quests. And there are even daily quests available if you're a member of Free Realms.
Yep.
And of course, the marketplace items, I mean, the Free Realms really goes all hog wild on this. They've got flare shards and a bunch of different pets and rides and TCG rewards and, actually, the pumpkin costume quest pack as well, which includes a challenge in Rose and Pixie Wood for a TCG game to win her funny jack-o'-lantern costume. That seems like it's really worth it. And then a bunch of Halloween items for housing. Yep. A bunch of outfits. Oh my goodness, that's a whole lot of costumes to choose from. Have you had any of these ones before?
I have the wallpaper in my house right now.
I've got the gothic ragdoll outfit. Good thing I'm not a dwarf in that game. That would be a bit much.
Yeah, we gave our girls station cash for getting good grades on their report cards.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and that was the first thing Kaylee had to buy with her station cash was the Halloween wallpaper.
Very nifty. And then, of course, there's activatable items that you can get for Halloween, including the jack-o'-lantern, easy bake cauldron, and haunted headstone. In addition to, of course, the chiller boombox, which is available as a quest pack for the TCG.
Nice. Gotta love that.
Yeah, so lots going on in Free Realms as well.
All right. Well, I think we've covered and we also talked about Magic, where you get that All Hallows Eve card.
Right.
And
that's real limited edition. So, and that's based on a really old school Magic the Gathering card from the physical card game.
And what's not in these notes, I found out this morning, that PlanetSide is running the Chain Blade Massacre event until Monday.
Okay.
So you'll be able to do it Monday when this goes live still.
That sounds like a lot of mayhem involved.
Of course, yeah. A lot of death, destruction. Just what PlanetSide players
like. It is PlanetSide.
Yeah. So what are you playing?
I'm playing... Trying to put a last-minute costume together for the party tomorrow night. That's what I'm playing.
I've been playing a little bit of Free Realms. I checked out the mystery chests. I got my Zoot suit.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I have the one with the yellow cravat. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you're doing all sorts of classy stuff now.
Oh yeah, pretty cool. I wanted to check out the Halloween stuff too.
I'm also playing on waiting on EQ2 beta to start so I can roll myself a Beast Lord and see how that all goes. There's a lot of anticipation about that.
Mercenaries.
Yep, looking forward to the Mercenaries for those days that I can't get a group together. It'll really help to ease that pain.
Yeah.
How about you, Robin?
Well, I kind of stumbled into this, but I bought my husband the Batman game. And he's been really busy, so he'll come home and play it for 10 minutes and leave.
The Arkham Asylum, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I get into the storylines, and it's got a really good storyline. And it's like, can you play it now? Can you play it now? Can you play it now? Why don't you just play it? Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's terrific.
Love it.
And, of course, I should add as well that you'll recall that about a week and a half ago we did a webcast on Pox Nora. And, of course, had way too much fun with Luke and Blaine on that. And immediately went out, and I didn't realize that they'd released so many new scenarios. So I went and bought them all. Right. You're welcome, Luke. I'm putting your children through college. Pox is such a fun game. And, you know, it's one of those ones that I keep coming back to from time to time. So, yep, that's the other thing I'm doing in my spare time. Now, hopefully, Pox Nora will not interfere with me getting me costume done on time. But if you see me show up tomorrow night in a paper bag with holes cut in, that's why.
She stayed up way too late playing Pox.
Aye.
Oh, you know, I don't know if this went in the news. It probably didn't. That yesterday, a Magic the Gathering producer's letter went up. And then today, a Legends of Norath producer's letter went up.
Indeed. For those of you who have thought that Legends of Norath was dead, it's very much alive. And please go read what Mark Tuttle had to say about it. They're releasing a new little pack with about 10 cards in it just before Christmas for some fun. And they're planning their next expansion for the new year. Looking forward to it.
Both of the Magic the Gathering one talked about their new set that's coming up.
Right.
I can't remember the name of it. Secrets of to Sarah or something like that.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah. So, well, we hope you enjoyed podcast 120, our spooky cast, where we talked all about Halloween, and we got to know Donna, our new social media specialist. And we
got to recap all of our technical issues, which were horrible.
And we
you see,
hope they never happen again.
You know what? I think that Robin engineers them herself as job security. It seems all too convenient, don't you think, that she's always in the room? Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for the gnome comment.
Yes, she is a gnome, and you just can't trust them with a wrench around anything that's breakable. I tell you.
We should get her a wrench.
We should.
For Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye now.
This has to go in the gag reel.
Oh,
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
They're coming to take me away. Haha, they're coming to take me away.
My troll was specific for Tony.
Yes, I know. But that's not going in the podcast.
I know.
Unless she does outtakes, which she's been known to do. Robin loves to embarrass people because she's counting on the fact that we're not going to listen to the podcast. And then she sneaks all sorts of stuff in there.